Ta-da! And back at y'all again with another video. And welcome to this edition of Stop the Capping. I'm your host, Ahmad. And we got some things that we need to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, the city of Chicago has issues and problems and concern of the highest order. Governor Pritzker, Mayor Johnson, gentlemen, pull your head out your asses. We have serious issues here in the city of Chicago. We have a mental illness problem and we have a crime problem of the highest order, and mainly amongst our youth and young adults. We have serious issues with our youth. I'm not sure what's being taught in the homes and what's being taught in the schools, but morals, ethics, principle, respect, discipline, restraint, those areas are not being taught in the home nor in the classroom. Now, we done had a major incident, major. Now we got kids, ladies and gentlemen. We got kids out here engaging in gang violence. Not teenagers, I'm talking kids engaging in mob activities. A young mother and her two kids was savagely beaten by a bunch of kids, approximately about 10, give or take. About 10 kids attacked a mother and her two kids and put them in serious condition in the hospital. We're talking about kids. Now, it's all over social media. Parents who have kids in that school are protesting left, right, and center in front of the school. They outside the school shouting and screaming, shut this bitch down. Okay, so you shut the school down, you close it. What about them 10 kids that was involved in this assault and battery? So you shut that school down and then you send them 10 badass kids to another school to engage in the same activity at another school. How does that create the problem? How does that correct the problem by shutting the school down and sending them 10 same badass kids to another school with the same issues and concerns and problems? Nothing's been solved. You just close the school down and now you want to ship all these kids to another school, to another district, somewhere else. But the root of the problem is still there. The issue and concerns of why those kids behave the way they are is still unchecked. You just swipe the problem to another location in another district. It's not the school. It's not the school that's the issue. The issue is these mothers and fathers at home are not properly training their kids on proper behavior outside of the home. The problem is these mothers and fathers are not teaching their sons and daughters how not to be followers. That is the very first thing I taught my son. Do not follow others' foolishness and nonsense. Don't be going in those stores with a bunch of your classmates and somebody tell you to watch the door while they steal. Because if I have to come to the police station or come somewhere to get you because of some shenanigans like that, I'm tearing you a new ass because I told you not to do it. We as parents need to teach our kids how not to be followers of other people's foolishness. What are doing today was back doing when I was a kid. Kids were going in the stores left, right, and center. Hey, you watch this, you do this. I'm gonna go steal it. I'm not watching nothing for nobody. You can call me all kind of names you want, but you can't whip my ass, and therefore I'm not following you. When I was going to kids already knew not to ask me about no foolishness, not to ask me to do this and the third, because I wasn't about to do it, and they already knew it. And I stood 10 toes on I'm not doing it. I'm not watching no door for you. I'm not covering for you. You steal something, you get caught, you on your own. I'm not even with you. And if I got to get taken, oh, I'm telling on your ass. You don't confess up on your own. You play dumb and stupid. Now you got my parents think I'm engaging in this foolishness. No, I'm telling on your ass. You can try to fight me later when you get out of juvenile detention, but I'm still gonna whoop your ass. That's how I grew up as a kid. I wasn't following no foolishness, but yet we got kids out here attacking adults, not teenagers. We talking kids. A group of kids attacked a mother and her 2 kids and put her in serious condition and her kids in the hospital. We talking kids. And the mayor and the governor got the audacity to say that they can handle, that we ain't got no issues, that we don't need no military. We got this. Mayor Johnson, you ain't got shit, brother. You run around with a 4 to 6 security details, but you talking about ain't no crime here in the city of Chicago. You out your damn mind. You think cause you poke your chest out against Donald Trump, you think cause you made the city of Chicago a safe haven for immigrants, that's gonna save you your election. Brother, I hate to tell you, you're gonna be one and done with this foolishness that you got going on. If you think cause you doing all this that the Mexican votes gonna go towards you to keep you in office cause you keeping immigrants here, you think that's gonna save you a seat in the mayor's office, that bullshit coming to an end. That bullshit is coming to an end. You run around here with a 6-man security detail, but you talking about ain't no crime, ain't no violence. Someone is getting hurt every single day living here in the city of Chicago. Someone is getting hurt every single day in this damn city. We have a mental health crisis and a crime problem here in the city of Chicago. Listen to what I'm saying. We have a mental health problem here in the city of Chicago. We have a violent crime problem here in the city of Chicago. But we got our leaders running around here talking about we don't need this and we don't need this. We got it under control. You don't have a damn thing under control. The governor and the mayor Run around talking about we don't need no service help. We got this. Bullshit. Someone is getting hurt every single day here in the city of Chicago. There's a mental issue amongst young men and women here in the city of Chicago. There is mental health issues with these young people here in the city of Chicago, mainly in our community, because no one wants to go to the hospital. No one wants to sit down in front of a therapist. When it comes to black people, we don't have a problem. You the problem. Notice what I'm saying? When it comes to African Americans, no one believes they have a problem. No one believes they have mental health issues. Everybody thinks they good. Everybody thinks the other person is the problem. But that's not the case here in the city of Chicago. People here have real issues and they need help. There is a serious issue amongst the young people here in the city of Chicago. I'm not sure what's being taught in the school. I'm not sure what's being taught in the school. But one thing for certain, two things for sure, respect for elders is definitely not being taught. Because no way kids 20, 30 years ago, even though we had crime back then, even though we had violence back then, but our kids were not behaving and acting like the kids of today. An adult could tell a kid, hey, don't do this, don't do that. And that kid would listen. You try to tell a kid today not to do something that they're doing wrong, they're going to cuss you out. They're going to do just what these 10 kids do. They're going to try to attack you. So now we have adults who seeing kids doing wrong, but they're afraid to say something to the kids. Why? Because the kid's going to attack them. What kind of sense does that make? Now we got adults fearing kids? When did this start happening? When did we become this weak, soft ass nation of people? That our kids are running over us? That our kids are telling us what to do now? Or our kids are telling us what they're not going to do? When did we start letting this shit go by? When did we start pulling up with this foolishness, especially in our community? When did we start putting up with this foolishness? When did we start letting our kids run rapid over us, telling us what they're gonna do and what they're not gonna do? When did we start doing this in our community? Parents, when did you start letting your kids tell you what they are not going to do in your home? Let's make this make sense. Parents, when did you start letting your kids tell you what they're going to do and not going to do in your household? When we start doing this? When does a child start telling an adult what they're going to do and not going to do? When do we start doing this? And now people jumping up left and right and center thinking that the parents of these badass kids need to be held accountable. Accountable for what? Accountable for what? You making laws, don't hit your kid, don't do this, don't do that. If I did some shit like this as a child, my father would beat the block off my ass and dare the police to say something about it. They can get it too. But ain't no way in God's name will my father let me or one of my brothers and sisters engage in some foolishness like this, talking about attacking an adult and some kids because our friends doing it. My father would beat the black off my behind. So when do we become a soft group of parents? When do we start letting our kids tell us what they gonna do and not gonna do? Parents, stop being friends with your kids and be a parent. Listen to what I'm saying. Parent, stop being friends to your kid and be a darn parent. Be a parent. I know it's not every child, but it's too many incidents. It's too many of these to go on to just let it go. It's too much foolishness happening to just let it go. Too many youth, teenagers, and young adults are engaging in too much criminal activity to just close our eyes and say like, oh, ain't nothing going on. We have a issue here in the city of Chicago. We have a mental health issue here in the city of Chicago. And it's definitely prominent and heavy in our community. Our young men and our young women have mental health issues. And no one's addressing the issues. These kids have issues. They're coming from broken and violent homes. And when they go to school, they portraying that same violence, that same betrayal that they see at home, they bring it into the classroom. That same disrespect that they seen and hearing at home, they bring that same attitude and behavior in the classroom. And all they doing is hanging out with the same kids that have the same issues and concerns and problems as them. A bunch of undisciplined, untrained youth all hanging out together, all following one another. And no one sees the issue, the problems and concern. Everybody just like, oh well, it ain't my child. When do we, as African American race, start taking on this behavior? When do we just walk by and just let kids start doing whatever they want to do and don't say nothing? Men, when do we start becoming pussies? Listen to what I'm saying. I know the words are harsh. When do we become pussies? When do we start letting our kids do whatever the hell they want to do, but living in our household? Kids talking back, kids doing whatever they want. No regard for elders, none. What is being taught in the classroom? What happened to teaching morals, value, ethic, principle, restraint, respect? Kids walk around here hollering respect. You got damn kids running around here talking about damn respect. Did someone forget to teach kids that respect is earned, is not given? Did someone forget to teach adults respect is earned, not given? If you want to be respected, then you must learn to earn it. Stop popping out your mama's ass thinking you entitled to something while you on earth. And that is definitely a problem in our black community. We have this entitlement syndrome bad. We have this somebody owes us bad. We have it bad. As a race of people, we have it bad. And mainly, it's our youth who's running around here thinking someone owes them something, thinking they don't have to work or earn nothing. They think it's supposed to be given to them. Like it's some kind of badge of honor because you a kid or a child or you're a teenager. You're supposed to get whatever you want when you open up your mouth. That you don't have to work for nothing. you can talk to adults any kind of way. You ain't my daddy. Hell, you don't even know where your own daddy is, but yet you telling somebody else who ain't your daddy. How you know that ain't your daddy? You got all these kids, these smart moms, don't even have a father at their home, ain't seen their dad, and I don't know when. But the first time an adult tells them not to do something they're not supposed to do, the first thing run out of a kid's mouth, you ain't my daddy, you ain't my mama. Hell, you ain't seen your daddy. How I know that's not your daddy telling you not to do something that you shouldn't be doing? We have a serious issue in our city, and our mayor is sitting on his ass talking about we got it. Mayor Johnson, you ain't got shit under control. You run around here worrying about some immigrants, and you got a social issue problem right here. You got a crime problem right here amongst your own people. You ain't even got your own community right, but yet you want to bring another race of people here. That's foolishness of the highest order. You ain't even got shit proper here in Chicago, and yet you trying to bring some another race of people here. And the citizens here in Chicago are not being taken care of properly. I used out here committing crime left, right, and center, but you want to bring a bunch of some more kids over here. You want to bring some more kids over here that's undisciplined, untrained, to engage in more activities of negativity. So now you got to combat our own citizens' misbehavior. Now you want to bring another race of people over here to engage in foolishness and shenanigans. It makes no sense. Charity starts at home and spreads abroad. You're not even taking care of the citizens that you got here, but you want to bring a whole another race of people here. To do what? To hoping they'll look out for you when it's come election time? To hopefully say, hey, look, I fought for you guys to stay here. Vote for me. Is that what this all about? Trying to save your seat? Everybody wants to be in charge, but nobody wants to do the hard work once they get in office. Everybody making all these promises, but once they get in office, not doing a damn thing. But foolishness. You've been in office now almost 2 years, and what have you accomplished? What have you accomplished in making the citizens and the city of Chicago a better place to be? Because, brother, it's crime going on here every single day, ladies and gentlemen. We have some type of crime and issue here in the city of Chicago being conducted every single day. Every single day. There is an issue, a concern, and a problem every single day. But everyone wants to act like nothing's going on, like they don't see, like they don't hear. There is a serious issue here in the city of Chicago. You don't want to bring the troops in. You don't want to try to combat some of this foolishness that's going on. Don't even want to try it and see if it would help solve some of the issues and concerns and the problem. You don't want to see if the troops can help deter some of the foolishness and bad decisions being made by these young people. Maybe if they did see a group of troops sitting here, a group of troops standing there, maybe they might think twice about doing something stupid. Maybe it might discourage them from not doing something foolishness. Maybe having troops here might deter some of the foolishness and stupidity being conducted by our young men and women. Maybe seeing a troop on the street may encourage them, hey, let me have a dialogue with these soldiers. Maybe they might get a better perspective on life. Maybe sitting and talking to these soldiers might help change some of these young men and women minds about staying out of gangs and what they can do with their lives, and how being a soldier can help open their eyesight to the world, how they can go to other countries and see how other people live, engage in something else in their life, see another career path. See, the mayor don't think that way. He's just mad because Donald Trump wants to do it, and now he thinks it's a power struggle.